Mr. and Mrs. Jones, my condolences to you both at this tragic time. We need to explain a few things before we proceed. So, your permission, can we go in here and speak? Jim nodded and followed Shabby into the room with Sheila and waited to hear what he was going to say. Well, when we recalled to the scene, your daughters were severely burnt, to such an extent that Caitlin had no skin. It had all been burnt off, so the embalmers have done their best with them, so at least you can say goodbye to the girls as you remember them. Jim and Sheila were holding hands and gripped each other tightly after Shabby's speech. So, if you could follow me, please. They lay in a delicate state, so please, I know it will be hard, but try not to touch them, okay? Jim and Sheila followed Shabby along the corridor to the double doors at the back of the building. He held one open to allow them in and closed it once they were in. The daughters were laid out in front of them, and the sheets had covered them from the neck down. They looked pristine. They looked like they're sleeping. Sheila began to cry again. Jim turned away and ran back out the doors and away from the mortuary, leaving Sheila there. He couldn't take it all. Shabby had to bring her home later. You understand that he can't be released until the case is solved, Mrs. Jones. He watched Sheila leave his car quietly and then disappear into a block of flats. Jim hadn't got home yet from the mortuary. He was sitting where his girls used to play in the park when they were little. He was swinging on Caitlin's favourite swing, and the roundabout was turning, and he was imagining his girls were playing there and he was watching. He couldn't control his tears anymore, as the magnitude of the moment finally sunk in. Earlier that day, he'd closed a massive deal, meaning a small windfall was coming, enough to feel comfortable for the rest of his working life. How had it all gone wrong from a day of absolute elation to one of utter devastation in just 10 hours? That ends Chapter 2. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll be back next week with Chapter 3. This is Reed saying good night. Keep the faith.